Hello, Merry Meet. So I want to review a tarot deck. The deck I want to review is Color Your Tarot. This is the one published by Los Caribbean. It is not the one by Liz Dean. And just off the bat, I recommend the Liz Dean deck over this one because the Liz Dean deck have all 78 cards, while this only have the 22 trumps, which of course makes the deck far more limited than full-size tarot. Now, basically, what this is, it's a Rider-Waite clone that you color in yourself. It's the same as those coloring books for adults, only it is actual tarot cards. There are also a book, but I can't remember who made it, which has tarot cards that you color in. So yeah, it comes in this box here. There is nothing about who made it, only that it's made by Los Caribbean. The box is very nice though, nice hard cardboard. Here it says, Barbra Moore, it says here, is the lady that made this. I had missed that earlier, but you can see it here on the little white book. So here we have a little white book. It looks good. Let's look what's in it. It has English, Italian, Spanish, French, Deutsch and Russian in there, so it's not a lot for each language. So you have introduction, and here you have some symbols for colors. And then you have just a short going through of the cards, with each card getting a little blurb. And that's all there is. There's no layouts, nothing. Just a color guide and that. So if you want to read with this, you will, and you don't have no experience with the tarot whatsoever, you're going to need a tarot book or a website for that. However, I am not so critical about that for this set as I would be for a regular one, because this will generally not be the first kit you buy to read with. It's more a kit you buy because you like coloring, or because you want to use that as a way to get closer to the tarot. Because that's one thing that a kit like this can be very, very useful to. Basically, for a lot of people, and me included, learning by doing is a great way to go about it. So when coloring in the symbols, you might read up about the symbolism to decide what colors you want for it, and so on and so forth. And by that, you learn a lot and you get a very close bond to the cards. Now, like I said, I would recommend one of these sets that have all the 78 cards, but working with the trumps will do, and of course coloring in 78 cards is a bit of a chore. If you hear a lot of noise now, it's the washing machine that's on. I do love inside the box though, this little artwork of the world there. That's awesome. I like little details like that. It makes me happy. So let's have a look at the cards. As you can see, you have cards with no colors on it, and you color it in yourself. The cardstock quality is really good. I really like this. There's a lot of little details here, so I would recommend this for adults or older children. I wouldn't give it to somebody too young, because they will probably get bored with all of these little details. And you will also need some pretty fine-tipped pens to work with this. Now, I would recommend actually markers and pens of some sort, because while it is not, the front page is not glossy, it is have a sort of waxed feel to it, So while I haven't tried, I doubt that pencils will work very well on this. Enormously how much things was gonna be making noise here. So yeah, it's an alternative to those adult coloring books, and it's a pretty good alternative if what you're doing is working with tarot. I do like that I don't have a big frame around it. You only have this little thing down here that will tell you the card name. Unfortunately, this cannot be cropped because of the background, which I will show you. First, just have a look at Emperor here. Here at the back, which I really, really like. And it is reversible, which is a good thing. But of course, you can't, if you want to keep it reversible, you cannot crop that little burp at the bottom. The symbolism is pretty basic. It's a pretty faithful Rider White clone. No fuss, no nothing. So, yeah. I should probably cover her boobs. Bit too late, perhaps. Let's hope YouTube didn't see that, because some lines forming a boob. No, we can't have that. Horror movies and people bleeding to death and being tortured and chopped to pieces. Awesome. A big boob? No. The world will explode if somebody should happen to see a boob. Sorry, to be... and this is a bit of a rant that has nothing to do with the review, but you always say, yeah, but what if a child sees this? But to be quite honest, if I had children, I would care absolutely nothing if my child should happen to see a boob. If my child happens to see a picture of a boob, I would care absolutely nothing. That I'm seeing a lot of blood and violence and gore, that would be something else. A boob, yeah, what's the problem? 50% of the population have them. But back to the review. I will show you the cards here since there's only 22 of them. Like I said, I would get the deck that has all the cards. If the reason you will want to get this, excuse me, dry throat. When you have to have a lot of heat on inside and such, like you do in the winter, the air inside gets so dry that, yeah, my throat has been acting up all day. Sorry about that. Like I said, and yeah, this is one thing that's a little bit odd. I have only basically taken this deck out and had a look at it and such for the review, but one of the cards, I don't think you can see it. You can't. But the backside here is dirty. I don't really know what that's about. Yep. Like I said, I recommend the full set instead of getting this deck here, though it is a nice deck. It definitely does the job. It has all the symbolism, and yeah, if you go over with a fine tip pen, you can definitely color this one in and learn a lot from it. But like I said, if you're doing this to get closer to the tarot, then getting the full 78 card deck is better. Because, yeah, the minor arcana is important as well. Where if you work with the majors, and for example, for my daily divination that I do for myself, I tend to only use the majors, then this can be a good alternative. And it's definitely something that you will learn a lot from. I don't know how well this will keep after it's colored in when you start shuffling and such. There might be some, let's cover some boobs here again, some boobs and other things. there might be some sort of coating that you can add to it. I know that when I was starting to learn to draw with coal bits, I don't know exactly what they're called when you have coal sticks that you draw with. I got this spray that would make it set and add a coating on top of the drawing. You might want to use something similar to that to protect it, but I mean, I wouldn't necessarily use that deck then after drawing it, unless all the energy I'm putting into coloring it really got me connected to this deck, which it might. But it's a great way to learn about tarot. It's a great way to learn about the symbolism of the colors and connect to each card, because you will be using some time on each of these cards. And really, that is the best way to learn. It's doing divinations and basically learning to connect to the cards. So yeah, the product does exactly what it's supposed to. The only complaint I have, like I said, is that one of the cards arrived dirty. I have no idea how that happened. And probably some sort of dirt in the factory and I put it down or something. And the little white book is a little bit, lacking, but it's okay for a deck like this. And I would have liked them to include all of them, but then again, that's an enormous project. I can see myself finishing this deck here and coloring it all in. 78 cards though, that's an enormous project to start, but it would be nice. Other than that, for what it is, this is a good product. I have no complaints. And that's my review of Color Your Tarot by Los Scarabeo. What was the lady's name again? Barbra Moore. Yeah, Barbra Moore. The other set I talked about that has all 78 cards is called the same thing, Color Your Tarot. So just have a look for that. But yeah, hope you have enjoyed this review. Have a great day, and blessed be. Oh, and Merry Jew. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas. Have a great day.